process. So those are two things, Vice Mayor, if you can add that to it.
Well, no, we're going to do that, but I'm going to get direction from our city attorney as to the legalities and also to comply with Sunshine and also to have access by both staff as well as the public. So all that has already been taken into consideration. So we will find a protocol or system to do all that. So yeah, we've already anticipated that. So tonight, all I need is a motion to be passed that says, okay, we can advertise on these 3 websites. This classified as presented to the commission is acceptable, and we'll leave it for 90 days. Let's just start on Monday, a week from this Monday, to give you time for any hiccups,
So
September 15th.
So that would go to December 15th.
Correct.
Vice Mayor, if I may, one of the things that I think that you would discuss, and I just want to be clear that what the motion is, the text is what we're approving.
Correct.
It is going to be put into a flyer format that will be more appealing to the eye.
Yes, yes. How you wish to present it, for a lack of a better term, how you wish to dress it up, it's fine, if you're going to use photos or any kind of graphics. But the core of the advertisement, I think, is something that the commission needs to approve of. And then, again, how it's disseminated and what other attachments come with photographs, things like that is fine. I just want to listen, the process, my goal is not to embarrass myself, nor the city, nor the commission. I want to do it with integrity. I want to do it legally, and I'm hoping that the process will produce a city manager like we have in Kurt, now temporarily in you, and how we had with Booker, and all the other ones in the past. So, we're blessed that we have this harmony, that we have this air of cooperation, understanding. We ask informative questions. No one gets, I want to continue on with that environment and atmosphere that we've created.
Okay, so let me step back. So I see all the wording here, all the text. When we say who is going to pretty it up? Who is going to put the photos in?
It'll be staff, as they see fit. I mean, if they're going to have a picture of the city, the shores, the community center, I mean, that's not going to change what we're doing.
Okay, so we'll just...
We don't need to micromanage everything. Just make sure that the classified is compliant with what our goal is.
Okay, and one of the things that we had talked about last time was, and I think Commissioner Diabinsky was pretty strong on this too, about not having to rely on staff a lot because we are a very lean staff. We want to just make sure that we're not putting any undue burden on them.
I can't tell you how much I'm going to need from staff until I hear from our city attorney as to a skeleton or a procedure, and then I'll have a better idea. And I'll do my best to, of course, to take into account that, because that's money to the taxpayers, and of course we have to be conscientious of it. But at the same time, I want staff's opinion. I need all those directors to give me their criticisms and their input, so it'll assist me in helping bring us to the final 4, and that way we can pick, from that final 3, 4, 5, whatever number we come up with. Again, we'll have more information the next meeting, because I'll work with city attorney to further refine the process, so that way you all know what I'm doing.
Attorney Voice, is there anything else? I know with you representing 14 cities, you probably have gone through this a lot. Is this different than the process that you used in other cities? I know you're going to be working hand in hand with Vice Mayor Politis, but is there anything else at this time that we're overlooking that we need to know?
No, I don't think so. And I've been working with the Vice Mayor.
Okay.
And we just recently went through it in Cocoa Beach and also in Fort Myers Beach. And those were different, had different outcomes and were handled differently, but all along the same line.
Okay.
And we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's,
And that's what we
making
want to do.
sure we're doing that.
And when can the rest of the commission come into the process? So I have 2 more questions. When can we come into the process that it would not be a sunshine violation? And then the third question is, I'm still not 100% understanding if we get 25 resumes and the vice mayor and the staff whittle it down to 5, when do we see the other 20? And if they've whittled it down to 5 and Commissioner Card sees number 1 that you voted, number 8, and said, I really see a lot more into this.
Every
So explain
step,
that to me.
every step in the process under Florida law has to be in the sunshine.
Okay.
Every step. So y'all are part of obviously y'all are residents of the city, and then you will be part of it at the very least from that standpoint. And there is case law on this, as to the process you need to go through. And transparency is very, very important. And this process will be completely transparent.
And Commissioner Card, I think you had a question, and
I think you answered it,
Okay.
about that we're gonna have an ending date of 90 days. It wasn't gonna be left open after the 90 days, I think, okay.
I mean, that's my understanding, is that correct? 90 days,
Correct.
okay. So then, basically, the interviewing process, so that was another question I had. 90 days seems long to me, but again, I'm not familiar. The interviewing process will not start, or the whittling down won't start for 90 days, so we're talking middle of
So
December.
we're talking middle of December, so I wouldn't imagine that the interviews would be until January. You're not going to do it over the holidays.
And how long from your other cities was that? Was it a 90-day? Do you happen to know off the top of your head, or?
I don't know. Some of them are, as a matter of fact, the last two that I just mentioned. Mr. Basinger handled the Cocoa Beach one. But I believe he had requested an extension of time in order to get more people.
Okay, all right.
And so I think for Fort Myers Beach, I think it probably ended up being that long, and I think in Cocoa Beach, probably pretty close to that long. Not sure. But, there was a time period, and then they had gotten the information and said, need more people, so they extended it. I think they extended it twice, possibly. Once, okay.
All right, I think that's the only questions I have. City Manager, anything else that you have that you can think of based on your past experience?
Now, just for clarification, we'll advertise on September 15th. The deadline will be December 15th at midnight. And we'll have it, it'll automatically disappear from our website at that time.
September 15th to December 15th, so next Monday. I don't have any other questions. So, Vice Mayor, thank you very, very much for stepping up to the plate for doing this. It looks like everything that we wanted on there, and we'll just proceed. So, Commissioner Cart, anything else that you want to add to this before we move on?
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Is that it? Okay. Vice Mayor, any other questions for us?
City Attorney, do we need a motion to pass the approval of the classified ad? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And prior to that, I want to say that Mr. Bainziger is in the audience and was kind enough prior to the meeting to provide the city and all the commissioners with a presentation, with a packet of a proposal and all those. And I informed him that we were going to do it in-house, and if we weren't successful, that we would bring it up on the agenda to consider utilizing his firm. He was very gracious and answered a lot of my questions, even though I took time away from his family. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
But he is a citizen of the Daytona Beach shores, and I really appreciate your help and also your proposal. So I just wanted to include that. But I think City Attorney is correct. We'll probably need a motion and
Okay.
and a vote.
Who would like to do the motion?
I so move.
Thank you.
Second?
Thank you. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for offering your services as well. If no other discussion, Sherry, can you put it up for the roll? And that passed 3-0. Thank you. Thank you very much for that discussion on that, too. That helped me greatly. So next, ordinance 2025-10. This is a comprehensive plan future land use map. So planning?
I'll go ahead and read.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, this is ordinance number 2025-10, an ordinance of the City of Daytona Beach Shores, Volusia County, Florida, relating to comprehensive planning, amending the City of Daytona Beach Shores Comprehensive Plan, amending Chapter 1, Future Land Use Element by amending Map L4 entitled Generalized Future Land Use Map 2030, assigning the residential low-intensity future land use designation to annex single-family residential property generally located at 2920 South Peninsula Drive, tax parcel ID 532709000160, providing for implementing actions, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for non-codification, and providing an effective date.
Thank you. City planner?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Commissioner. My name is Gwen Herstein, City Planner for Daytona Beach Shores. Beg your pardon? This agenda item pertains to ordinance 2025-10, which is a future land use map amendment for a property annexed into Daytona Beach Shores on July 1st. This ordinance, if approved, will assign a future land use for this property consistent with this Volusia County future land use and that of the neighborhood. All exhibits and analyses have been submitted for the record. This property is located at 2920 South Peninsula Drive with owners Andrew E. Melville and Bonnie J. Melville. It's a single-family residence. This action is required after an annexation in order for this property to fully participate under the Land Development Code in Daytona Beach Shores. The site is located, as I said, 2920 South Peninsula Drive, which is 0.7 miles west of the community center and about a 2-minute drive from here. This is an aerial view of the property. This is a street view of the property. All the additional requirements have been met in order for this future land use map amendment to be approved, including all of the criteria having been considered to comply with Florida statutes. Planning and Zoning Board recommended approval of this ordinance on August 11th this year, and staff recommends approval of this ordinance as presented.
Attorney Boyce, is this a public hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this property at 2920 South Peninsula Drive? Okay, seeing none, do we have any questions for our city planner? Seeing none, can I ask for a motion for ordinance 2025-10?
I so move.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Sharon, can you take a roll on this, please? And this passed 3-0. Thank you very much, Gwen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You'll be up again. So next, we are going to go to a quasi-judicial hearing. Attorney Boyce, would you read this first, or do they have to be sworn in?
No, I can go ahead and read it first. Okay, this is ordinance number 2025-11, an ordinance of the City of Daytona Beach Shores, Volusia County, Florida, assigning the RSF2 urban single-family residential detached district zoning classification to annex single-family residential property generally located at 2920 South Peninsula Drive, tax parcel ID 532709000160, providing modification of the official zoning map, providing for implementing administrative action, providing for non-codification, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. City Clerk, will you be swearing in? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any witnesses for today's hearing, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth during tonight's hearing?
City Planner?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Commissioner. I apologize for hiding slides. I'm given a very strict time limit to be before you, and I want to Ordinance 2025-11, if approved, will assign a zoning designation to 2920 South Peninsula consistent with the property zoning while in Volusia County's jurisdiction and with similarly situated properties in the surrounding area. All exhibits and analyses have been submitted for the record. Again, 2920 South Peninsula Drive, not Atlantic Avenue. Owners Andrew Melville and Lonnie Melville. Single-family residence, street view. This is an example of the zoning map and showing this property once it is zoned in, that it is consistent with the properties around it. All additional requirements, all criteria have been met for this rezoning. And the rezoning is dependent upon the future land use being approved at second reading. So approving it tonight at first reading is appropriate and recommended, but it will not be able to pass until that second reading is approved of the future land use map amendment. Staff is recommending approval. Planning and Zoning Board gave approval as for the future land use map amendment on July 1st.
Any questions for our city planner? Okay, again, anyone in the audience have any comments or anything they'd like to talk about on 2920 South Peninsula Drive? And I see the applicants are probably not in the audience. I recognize them.
Not this evening, but I will tell you that when I posted the sign last week, Mr. Melville was leaving to go fishing, and Mrs. Melville was leaving to play pickleball.
Good to hear. Do I hear a motion to approve ordinance 2025-11?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions or any discussion? Sure, I can take the roll, please. This passed 3-0. Attorney Boyce, do you have anything else for us tonight?
No, Madam Mayor, thank you.
City Manager?
I have one item. I think I read this every year, but as a requirement of our NPDES permit, Stuart gave me something to read verbatim here. On September 20th, 2025, Volusia County will participate in the Ocean Conservancy's 40th International Coastal Cleanup. Residents are encouraged to participate in this beach and river cleanup event. If you are interested in volunteering, please contact Community Services Director Stuart Cruz, who will provide you with the relevant information, or visit the Volusia County Intercoastal Cleanup Eventbrite website, www.volusia.org, to sign up for a location near you. Thank you. The sites and the shores are Edwin Peck Senior Park, Valley Avenue Park, and Van Avenue Park. And that's a requirement per NPDES. That's for our sewer permit.
I'm sorry, did you have a time on there?
Is there a time, Stuart,
For signing up?
of
To
the actual
appear.
event?
Oh, it usually starts at around 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, all right, great. So if you show up by 10 or 11, they might be done. Yeah. All right, thank you. City Manager, do you have anything else for us?
Not at this time, thank you.
Now we'll go on to commission comments. Commissioner Carr, do you have anything for us?
No. Coffee with the mayor on Wednesday.
Okay, right. Vice Mayor, anything
No.
for us? Okay. I'll go over some of the events, but I cannot thank both of you enough. I know it was with the motion, the second and everything. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this city, participating in this tonight, stepping up to the plate to be here. I started to say I think this was the most new business we've had in a long time. I feel like we've got through it pretty streamlined, but again, thank you to both of you. I so appreciate you, and it's an honor to serve with you on this commission. So upcoming events. So we are going to be going back to Coffee with the Mayor. Carol, can you Wednesday? Good. All right. So we're going to start them again on Wednesday. Now, you'll have to be observant of when these are. So sometimes we say the first Wednesday of the month, but it's really going to be the Wednesday after the city commission meeting. we'll try and announce them as much as we can. So this week, it is Wednesday, September 10th, 10 a.m., and we are honored to have Florida Representative Bill Partington being there. I take pride in this city of the excellent relationships that we have with all of our legislators. I try to constantly to reach out to them, to thank them for what they're helping us. So Bill Partington is a dear friend, and he will be able to answer any of your questions, what happened in the last session and what to be looking for in the next session. And I'm sure he's open to any other question that you might have. So next is the end of summer bash, the Low Country Boil. That's Thursday, September 11th at 5 p.m. I will be going. I hope to see a lot of you there. It's going to be at Krabby Joe's. This is an annual event. Well, Nancy, I think this went on even before you were here. Sherry, do you remember how many years we've been doing this?
I'd say at least a dozen there.
Okay, all right. So it's been an annual event. It's always great. They love having us here. You know, naturally, we're not able to do it during COVID, and they've urged us to start it again. So the doors are going to open at 4:30. It'll be a closed event, from what I understand, so we will be the only ones there. The pre-sale tickets, Nancy, do you still have some?
Yes.
Okay, pre-sale tickets are $35, Marilyn, and $40 at the door. Cash bar, and music by DJ Dave. Next, any questions on that? Next, the Mayor's Fitness Challenge. Jay is starting again this year. So this time, we're going to have our kickoff meeting Tuesday, September 23rd at 11 a.m. It's going to be an 8-week program. It begins the week of September 26th. Okay, there is a $25 participation fee. You can register online or in person. Nancy, do you want to give us a little bit of an overview of what you have scheduled? Nancy has wonderful things scheduled for this program.
Maybe.
We're gonna have our normal silver sneakers, Zumba, our walk with the mayor, and then we're featuring also some line dancing. But this year we added karate, so that's something new and exciting. We'll actually partner with Greater Fitness again, so we're looking forward to it.
Great, and will our Mandy be teaching one of the classes?
I'm sorry?
Mandy? Will Mandy be, okay, great. All right, okay, great. Okay, so you can register online or in person, and then on September 26th, we are going to have live music, and that'll be Traces of Gold, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. So that's all I have right now. Is there anyone else in the audience, even if you didn't sign up, I always give you the opportunity to come up, tell us what's on your mind. Anyone else want to speak about anything? Okay, seeing no comments, what items do we have for the next agenda besides the packed agenda that we're probably going to have?
Just make sure Madam Clerk puts something about presenting the protocol or the procedure in selecting the new city manager.
Okay, great. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Okay, if there's no other comments, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.